Hey guys, welcome back to Handmade with Tara. I am Tara, a stay-at-home mom to 3 beautiful boys and a Stampin' Up independent demonstrator. And today for you I have the Fluffiest Friends, which is a new set that is an online exclusive that you can purchase that also comes with the dies that cut out all of the images. And I am going to give you quite a few sneak peeks of the new mini catalog, which is set to launch on January 4th, 2024. And that's what this catalog looks like. So this catalog is launching on January 4th, and then there are going to be tons of sneak peeks from my demonstration tonight to give you a little taste of what is coming. And then along with the mini catalog, there is a sale coming up in January called Celebration. And Celebration is when you spend $50 or more, you get free products from the Celebration catalog. And I'll be using a lot of the Celebration items tonight as well. So you'll definitely want to be looking out for those things that are coming up. And so this is my advanced tutorial. If you're following me on YouTube, then you know that I do a beginner's tutorial at the beginning, at the last Friday of every month. And then I also do an advanced tutorial using all the stuff, anything I want to use to show you some really fun card ideas for different sets. So again, this month I'm going to do Fluffiest Friends. And I'm going to jump right into the tutorial. So a couple of things that you're going to want to need, that you're going to want to use, okay? So I am going to show you a couple of sneak peeks, everyday details dies that I'm going to be using to really get you excited about this new mini catalog that's coming out. Some really fun dies that I'll be using. Also, this embossing folder, which is Softly Sophisticated 3D embossing folder, and it has a beautiful pattern. And this also is a Celebration item that you can earn for free when you shop the catalog starting January 4th. So I'm going to be using both of these, plus another sneak peek. This is a photopolymer set for Celebration. I am going to use the sentiments that are in this stamp set here, because I don't know if you've noticed or not, but in Fluffiest Friends, they have all these beautiful critters, but they don't have any sentiments. So I wanted to grab something new to show off some new sentiments with the Fluffiest Friends stamps. So I'm just going to set that aside. That is some of the stuff that I'm going to go over, but I am going to show you my card designs. So this is going to be card number 1, and this card is featuring some new designer paper, also that beautiful embossing folder that I was talking about, and the different die cuts. And this is a fun fold, guys, with this fun design. And I just hid a couple of the little fluffy friends inside here. So super cute. And I actually, I was playing around with the different paper, and I think this would be a lot of fun with a more whimsical paper as well, because the Fluffiest Friends are just so cute. And let's see. All right, that's card number 1. Card number 2. That's this one here. It says, you're in my thoughts. And that is one of the new sentiments here that you're seeing, as well as this one. So this is a new sentiment. I tried to use all the sentiments. So hello there. Beautiful. I just love the script on these. So, and then this one is featuring a bit of that lavender paper that you're going to see. I will show you at the end. Just stay tuned till the end, and I'll show you a couple of the papers that are coming out soon. I stamped a little fluffy critter there, and then I stamped a little bit inside as well. So that's card number 2. And card number 3. which is definitely my favorite of the three. Look how cute that honeybee hive is. I love it so, so much. And you can see this die cut out here, which is really, really cool. This one has lots of die cuts. I also use that script on the inside. It says, I really appreciate you. A little bit more of those honeybees I love so much. So this is card number 3. And so also, if you need a catalog, please contact me. I have my website here, terragolem.stampinup.net, and you can contact me directly through my website. You can also shop the website if you see something in my tutorial tonight that you just love and you want to check it out. Remember, the new mini catalog goes live on January 4th, and you'll be able to buy from that, so you will be excited because most of the stuff that I'm sharing tonight is from the new catalog. So this is a total sneak peek. So right now I am going to tell you most of the stuff that I cut and everything. I have all the measurements and I will put them down in the description. Usually I write them down for you, but tonight I just went ahead and did it for myself as far as it is late and I want to make sure that I'm getting good sleep, but I want to also make sure that you are getting the tutorial with all of the details. That's my favorite thing about a tutorial, is when I get all the information that I need in order to make a card or make a design or make a box or make whatever. So I always share the dimensions, and I will try to share them as I go along, but I did not write them down for this time. So please forgive me on that. I usually write them down, but I didn't tonight. All right, so this one's featuring some beautiful new designer series paper, and this paper is called, I'm going to tell you, I just have it out here. What did I do with it? Oh, it's right here in front of my face. Okay, so this is softly stippled paper, 12 by 12 designer series paper. And here, I'll just show you a little bit. So I've used it quite a bit already, but it has some really beautiful patterns and designs and very beautiful color coordination here. But so let's definitely jump right into this card. I have a bunch of pieces here. I cut everything, pre-cut everything just to make this go smoothly and quickly. Going to use my bone folder first. This is just a normal card base, and it's cut 8.5 by 5.5, and it is scored at 4 1/4. So I'm just going to use my bone folder so that it sits flat. And then the first thing that I want to do is I'm going to do my stamping. I'm going to go ahead and set all this stuff aside for a second, for a moment here. I'm going to do embossing here with the new folder so I can show you how awesome that is. This is the new softly sophisticated embossing folder I'm going to use on this white cardstock here. And this is cut at 5 1/4 by 4. So 5 1/4 by 4, just a normal insert. I am going to put that inside the embossing folder here. That's going to be one of the first things that I do. And then I'm also going to grab my softly sophisticated hello there stamp. So, and I'm using my D block, and I'm using Memento black ink in order to stamp this sentiment. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna stamp this. I tap, 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 and then I'm just stamping it right in the middle here. And this piece is bigger than it needs to be, and I am going to emboss it. So I will tell you what the measurement is here. Let me just clean that off with my Simply Chamois, which if you've ever watched me before, I always clean off my stamps as soon as I use them. So in this die, I'm going to use this middle sentiment tag here. And this is from the Everyday Details dies. This is going to be a fan favorite, I think. I just love this set. It's super universal. I can use it on so many different designs. So I'm going to go ahead and use my embossing machine. I'm going to emboss this. I'm going to cut this out. So bear with me. Alrighty, so I have my hello there. So I used quite a bit of paper here, but I like it to be centered, and I just wanted to make sure I had enough. So this was a 4 by 1.5 piece. So 4 by 1.5, and this is actually the designer series paper. The same designer series paper that I told you I was using, the stippled, what's it called? Softly stippled paper, and it's double-sided, and this one side just matches my card stock beautifully. So I just use this. Okay. And then I use this Softly Sophisticated. Oh my goodness, look how awesome that looks. I just love it. Okay, all right, so let me just put this aside here. Let's see. All right, so now the hard part is done. Okay, so that's really the hard part here, is just making sure we get those extras done. So then I'm going to start to take these pieces that I've already pre-cut. So these are 5 1/8 by 1 and looks like 3/8. 1 3/8. I'll double check that and make sure I put my measurements in the description below. So I'm just going to, it's just 1/8 of an inch smaller here. So I am going to use my Tombow glue, my Tombow multi-glue, which is definitely my adhesive of choice, just because I am able to, it's very forgiving, and I am able to move it after I place it down. So I'm going to make sure that I am lining it up as best that I can. And again, if you are doing this along with me, make sure that you check the measurements in the description before you start, so that you know exactly what you need to cut so that you can make this project. And any designer series paper would work for this, and any cardstock would work. You just need to make sure you find something that coordinates. And Stampin' Up! Has wonderful coordinating colors that match perfectly with the designer paper. And that is what makes building projects so easy, so simple, and less that you have to think about and worry about. So ideally, you can make some quick, easy projects. This one is my advanced tutorial though. So my advanced tutorial, I try to bring out all the bells and whistles, okay? So I'm doing all the die cutting. I'm doing, way more work to show just like what can be done. Obviously, you can do simple stamping. You do not have to add all this extra part. You don't have to, add a fun fold in the middle of your card. You can definitely keep it simple if that's what you like, if that's what you enjoy. But if you enjoy getting to pull out all the stuff, make a big mess, like me, then you're going to love these cards tonight. So on the last day of the year here, December 31st, 2023, hope everybody has some wonderful memories that they've made this year. I hope everyone has some really exciting new adventures that they're going to go on next year. I just hope that everybody is thinking, reminiscing, what a wonderful 2023 has been, or maybe it's been really hard for you. I don't know. I always do one white. You guys, ask me why I do one white. It's so you have somewhere to write a sentiment. It's so you have somewhere to write a message to the receiver of the card, right? So, all right. So these parts are finished here. So now I'm going to take this fun zigzag part. Okay, right? So this is 8 inches by 2 inches. 8 inches by 2 inches. And then scored at 2, 4, and 6. I believe, right? 2, definitely 4, right in half. And then 2 on each side, yes. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to start to build this card. So the first thing that I want to do when I'm opening this card is I want to go ahead and put down what's going to end up being my background of the card. And I use this, I told you I use this beautiful paper. You can do it either side. This beautiful Lost Lagoon color. I just love it so much. I feel like I'm using it a lot tonight too. I'm really feeling it, I guess. Try to break in some other colors. Okay. Losing my momentum with my glue here. Uh-oh. Come on. I just kind of give it a little tap and a little squeeze and hope that it doesn't do a big splotch on me. Sometimes that happens, and that's okay. It's not fun, but it's okay. All right, let me try to pull the glue down. I hate to waste time on this. All right, let's see if I can get it to stick anyway. So I want to definitely add this in while the card is flat, on a flat surface, which if you're watching and you are new, maybe coming across this because you loved craft, I will tell you right now, it's so much fun. And I have a team of girlfriends who we get together and we stamp together. I have, different groups of friends that I now have met over time here and created some wonderful relationships and friendships with. And I couldn't say nicer things about the company and what they care about, the things that they're focusing on are really beautiful and inspiring. So I just want to put that out there. It is a wonderful company to work with, and I have really enjoyed it, especially getting together with my friends and having a group that I can chat all things, crafty. And I'm talking to my people. I'm not just talking to anybody. I'm talking to the people who care and who want to share in those experiences with me. So it is quite a special group of people. So I have switched now to my Stampin' CO Plus to keep this moving along, so I don't have to keep stopping waiting for my glue, but I'm not as great with this. I'm gonna do my best. Okay, so let me show you how I measure ribbon, guys. This is Lost Lagoon, so it matches this beautiful, that's the color, so it matches perfectly. And I wrap it around like that, and then I have usually an extra piece off of here. I'm actually gonna measure another piece. This is not, I thought I measured it, but I didn't do it right. And everybody makes mistakes, but this is how I usually measure it, okay? So I bring it around, and I bring it around, and I bring it around, and I bring it around. So that's how I measure my ribbon. I'm gonna cut it, and this is Lost Lagoon. I love this ribbon, guys. Not only the color, obviously, I love the color already, but how easy it is to work with. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna tie this in a bow. and I tie it tight as I can. And then I adjust it after it's tied tight. It doesn't have to be perfect. I don't love a perfect bow. I kind of like it like that, like a messy bow, guys. It doesn't have to be perfect. So that is what that looks like. And then because this has a fun fold inside and it is going to be pressed up, I am going to lay this flat on the card. So I'm just going to add, ooh, oh no. That is my least favorite thing. When my glue gets stuck and my Stampin' Seal gets stuck. I do not like that. That makes me worried. Worried I'm going to ruin it. Anybody else who understands and uses the Stampin' Seal Plus, you know that every once in a while I just ruin it because I'm just moving too fast and I'm not taking my time, and I can just pull the whole ream of tape out, and that's not fun at all. It happens to the best of us. Okay, so I'm gonna even go ahead and put this on. So hello there, I'm gonna flip it over, and when I flip it, I wanna make sure that I put the seal on the right side, not the left side, like so, because there is gonna be a bump here, so I don't want it to interfere with the bump there. So, and I'm gonna just kinda eyeball it and put it where I want it. Beautiful. And that's holding my bow down for me now too. All right, so again, I'm going to adhere this to the front of the card. And, I am trying desperately to not ruin my tape right now. Sometimes after you emboss it, the tape sticks so well that it doesn't run. I need to use glue. I am gonna ruin that. I do not want to ruin that. And I know I have more glue. I just need to find it. There. Oh, it started to come out and then it stopped. Great. All right, I need a new glue. Can't handle it. Oh, please tell me this is new. It is. All right, so switching it up. Getting some new glue. All right, people. There we go. Look at that. That's so much better. I just like to do a very thin line of this glue. Works really well and sticks really well. So I'm just going to adhere this to the front of the card the best that I can while the card is nice and flat, because once I start adding the middle part of this card, it is definitely not going to be easy to adhere the front part. So isn't it pretty? I really love this paper. And I actually thought about putting a critter on the front as well, like maybe in the bow or here. Maybe I'll do a smaller one here. That's kind of sweet. So you can just kind of pick and choose. Obviously, you want to make it something that's your own, and you can use this to make it fun. Where's my squiggly part? Okay, so for this part, I eyeball it. I am not that guy who's like gonna spend too much time on each card worrying about it. So what you want to do is make sure that it shuts like this, and we're gonna glue it down. I do not have any secret for this. I put a little bit of glue. I stick it on there, kind of in the middle as best that I can. And then I just commit, and I don't worry about it. And if it works out, great. And then this side is more important to make sure. So you want to turn it, like maybe I use that Tombow glue so that I can kind of squiggle it around a little bit. Okay, so it's centered, and then glue, and then close it, hold it down for a second, And if you haven't liked or subscribed to this video yet, you're going to want to do that so that you get all of the updates when I add new fun stuff. I am a busy mom of 3, so when I add stuff, it's very much usually it's because I have a little bit of uninterrupted time to get my stuff together. So, and then I'm just gonna lay these down, guys. I want you to make it your own. I want you to have fun doing this, and I want you to not worry if it's not perfect. It is a handmade item. All right. So, and the way to do these backside pieces, so it is directional-ish, so make sure that you have it the right way. Flip it right on top of this one, and then we're just going to put a little bit of glue right there in the center, and then I'm going to try to keep that there as best that I can without moving or wiggling it, and we're going to close it. Don't overthink it, guys. It's definitely, look at that. We got that. We got it. No problem. So, same on the other side. A little bit of glue. And we're going to, all right, so this is definitely more difficult because I already put the front of the card together. But I don't want you to worry about that too much. So, and this is called a panel card, just in case you want to look up like how to do this from other people too. Like, there are lots of wonderful ideas and wonderful demonstrators who are all very happy to share their information with others, building a community of craftiness that you want to be a part of. So you have really nothing to lose by checking it out. All the different things that are out there. It is so much fun. All right. So all of our panels are connected. I'm sure that there is an easier way to do that, but that's the way I do it. So this is what it looks like right now. And the last bit is we're going to add our critters. So I'm going to add my beer. This glue is so sticky. It's just grabbing my paper. It's making me crazy. Wow. It's so sticky. It's just grabbing my paper. I'm going to use glue. Safe, safe, safe. All right. Then I'm going to add my beer. Look at this little honey pot. So what I did with the colors is obviously you can color it more in if you want to, but I just kind of did it simple. I wanted just like one thing on each. I did 2 things on this one, but I just wanted one thing to kind of pop on the critters. So, and remember I told you can like put one on the front if you want to. And then just kind of put them on there so that they're cute, and so they're another little fun surprise that the recipient would open and see. Oh my gosh, these cute little critters. The Fluffiest Friends. How cute is that? Okay, you guys, this card is done. So awesome. It's definitely not as hard as it seems. I will give you all those measurements, and then you can recreate this with your own designer paper and your own ideas. That'll be wonderful. So that is card number 1 done. All right, remember card number 2 looks like this one. And I'm gonna go ahead and jump right into this one. So I love to use my stamp cases to organize these projects. So these you can purchase from my website as well. They are just regular stamp cases, and they're blank, and they come in sets of 4, 5, 3. I can't even remember. I'll have to look. But let's go ahead and get this done. This is Gorgeous Grape, and it is a basic cardstock Gorgeous Grape 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. So This is a basic insert, which is 5 1/4 by 4 inches, and this is going to end up going on the inside here. And then the front here, I have a 5 inches by 3 inch white piece that's going to go at the bottom here, or actually it's going to go on this mat. I made a mat here. This is 5 1/4 by 4, so a basic size for the mat here. Then this size again, this is 5 by 3. That's going to go on top. And then this beautiful designer, double-sided designer paper, the with the lavender. I will show you that one. 5 by 1 inches, 5 by 1 inches, and then a couple of scrap pieces that you're going to cut out the beaver, which is on here. So on the last card, I did the bear, I did the little hamster, I think that's what that is, and the bunny. On this card, I did the beaver, and on the inside of the card, I'm going to use the bird and the flowers. And then on my last card, I used this pretty kitty, and I used the bumblebee. So I tried to use all of the different stamps in the set so you could see them. And then let me just show you how easy this one is to build. So I am going to go ahead. I obviously stamped and cut this one out. So that's the first thing that you're going to do. And I used crumb cake color to cut this one out. So you can do that first. And then I'm going to go ahead and stamp the inside first here. So I used the Memento Black. And I'm going to go ahead and steal this block back. And I'm going to grab the little bird and the flowers. So I think I did the flowers first on one block. I'm going to grab the bird, do that on the second block. And this is a D block, if you're wondering. I use D blocks mostly for, they fit most stamps, unless it's like especially big or especially long. Cleaning this as I use it so I don't forget and so it gets done. And the bird. And I love this bird. It's just kind of looking up at whatever sentiment we're going to put, right? It's going to be happy here. So I'm just going to grab these. And these are cling stamps, which are very clear, very precise stamps. And easy to see. All right. So you can color these in if you choose to. I did not on my original, so I'm going to go ahead and adhere this base, this insert, if I can get my tape runner to work, which it looks like it's going to work now, which is awesome. Just got to slow down. That's my thing. I just got to slow down, guys. And we're going to go ahead and adhere this right in the middle. And that is good to go. So, all right, next part, we're going to take this paper here. I have Lost Lagoon again. Sorry, I just love this color so much. But this Lost Lagoon is my Stampin' color. This is a Stampin' Spot. So I like to use these every once in a while. I actually would have preferred to use a blending brush, but I don't have any blending brushes that are not used. So, and I have not started one with this color yet, so I don't want to mix colors with my blending brushes. So I need to order some more brushes. But this is my Stampin' Spot, and usually with any kind of blending material, I'm going to start on paper first, just to kind of like get that first smudge out of the way. And then the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm just going to start in this corner, in this left side of the paper, and I'm just going to make like a circle with my blending Stampin' Spot. It's not a spot. It's a Stampin', it's a blending. What's it called? Oh my goodness, it's going to drive me crazy. A blending spot. All right, and these are awesome for making that color just kind of bleed out into the paper. right? So that, and harder you push, the darker the images, the darker the color's going to be. I just kind of kept it light, set this aside, and then what I did was I used my Tombow glue and I glued down this little stamp of the little sticks. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop up my beaver up on some dimensionals. And you can be kind of generous with them to make sure it pops right up. I'm just going to put him right on top of that pile and right in the middle of that blue Lost Lagoon. It's not actually blue, it's more greenish. But how beautiful is that? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my Lost Lagoon and I'm going to grab the sentiment that I want to use, which is You're in My Thoughts, which is the Softly Sophisticated here. So I'm going to go ahead. These are photopolymer stamps. I'm going to grab that. See, and I'm easily able to use this D block for all of these sentiments. So You're in My Thoughts. When you look through and you see it clearly, that's when you know it's ready. And beautiful. Cleaning this off. And I can put this away, so I don't accidentally stick my arm in it or something like I did last time, right? No, just kidding. So, pretty simple here. And this little piece here is 1 inch by 5 inches. So the same 5 inches as this, but this one is 3 inches. So, and what you want to do is you want to put this one down first. So I'm going to use the glue. And I kind of push into the glue when I'm using it because I do not want it to bleed out the sides. I don't want it to come out the sides. So I hope everyone had a really nice holiday for those who celebrate. Feels like Christmas and New Year's come so fast, and I have 2 December birthdays, so my sons have just been getting spoiled beyond. It's ridiculous, but we've been having so much fun being off from school. It is always hard to squeeze in a little bit of time for myself, but I am so happy that I was able to do this tonight and get this tutorial out there so that you can start your new year off right with some fun new projects to do and to try. And then for this one, I used this gorgeous grape. It's a sheer ribbon here, and then I just did the faux bow. So let me show you for sure if you're watching this tutorial, and you are still watching this tutorial, that you know what a faux bow is, okay? Because you are probably one of those rare people who actually will make the projects, right? So thank you for being here. Thank you for watching and for getting excited about all the new stuff with me. Look at that. Doesn't that look beautiful? It's so easy to just add a little bit of fun to a little bit of classy, and then you get a beautiful project. So when you're putting this on here, you can put it flat on there if you like, or you can pop it up on dimensionals. On my original one, I did not pop it up on dimensionals, and I kind of wish I had. So I'm going to add a couple of dimensionals here and see if we like this better. And I'm just going to add a couple here. And then if you want to make sure that this ribbon stays, you can do a little bit more glue on top. a little bit more, just to make sure that it's nice and secure. And then I'm going to adhere this to the front, and this card will be done. And there we go. Okay. All right, guys. So there's my bird, making sure that it's on the right side. And then I'm going to, so this has dimensionals, so I'm going to just line that up the best that I can, push that down, and then I'm just going to add a little piece of ribbon to the side here. And I just tie it in a knot. So nothing special, I'm just tying it in a knot and then pulling it until it looks like what I want it to look like. And trimming it down. Beautiful. And now card number 2 is also done. So here are the 2 cards. And the insides. Ooh. There they go. And then I don't know if you can tell, but this one has more of like a pushed up vibe because I put it on dimensionals. And I like that one a little bit better. I think that I do. Beautiful. All right, guys, moving right along. We're going to go ahead and jump into the last card, which, if you remember, looks like this, which I was really excited about this one. Look how cute this is. I have to bring it closer so you can see. Look how fun. Super fun. Okay, so I did some of the die cuts already just to be proactive here. I did all the coloring of the kitty and everything. We stamped that. I colored it in crumb cake. I used a little bit of that, I think it's Blackberry Bliss. Yes, light blackberry bliss for the flower. I used a little bit of bubble bath for the ears and the nose. And then what I did was I cut out all of these. So this is copper clay. I did shaded spruce, and I did some of the lemon lolly, I believe. Lemon lolly is the light green. And then I used a little bit of the gold foil sheets for the beehive. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to use I'm going to use this piece here. And this is the Everyday Details. I told you you're going to just love this one because I think that you're going to be able to use it on lots of projects. And I'm just going to go ahead and I kind of eyeballed it right in the middle like that. And then I did one more beside it. So I'm going to do that. I'll be right back. All right, guys, so I am done with this one. And there are some pieces that got stuck like in here and that didn't punch completely out. You can punch them out or you can leave it like that. It doesn't matter. Makes a lovely mess of tiny little white dots. It's fun. At some point in time, I'll use my Take Your Pick tool, and it has a sharp end, and I just will punch these out little one by one, but I'm not going to do that because it'll take me a minute. And so I'm just going to put this away. And then I'm going to start to build this card. So first of all, you can do an insert in this card if you wish. I did not. So what I did was I stamped right in here, which you can definitely do. And you just can't be picky if it messes up. You just can add an insert on top of it, no problem. So I just added it right there in the middle. Push it down. I really appreciate you. And I do. If you are watching with me and you're following me right along, I appreciate you so much. Thank you for being here and for checking out something fun and cool. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab those bees, the cute little bees, and I'm going to add a little bit of fun right there. So easy. And I'm going to stamp again on, I'm going to wait because I want to make sure that I have it lined up right. So I'm just going to set that aside. So the inside is done and that's fine and ready to go. So now I can start working on the front part, which is this part. And let's see. So what I did was first I die cut all of these little things out. And these are all die cuts that come from the Fluffiest Friends set. And I usually will show you in the catalog, but because it's an online exclusive, I can't show you in the catalog. You have to actually physically go online to the website, taragolem.stampinup.net, and you have to check it out that way. Sorry, I would show you in the catalog if it was there, but it's not there. All right, so I just kind of put this on there and kind of wiggled it until it was where I wanted it. That was the first thing I did. Then I added on with a dimensional the little beehive that I made, also with a die cut. And I just thought that gold just gave it a little bit of something. Just gave it a little bit of something, some interest. So that's what I did first. And then I added the bees. So I added a couple of bees over here. And I flipped it. And then I added a couple of bees over here. So bees are coming everywhere. Bees are coming from every direction. Clean that off. I'm going to go ahead and put this away. And then the kitty cat is this stamp right here. That's the one that I used in the bumblebees. And then I just used a little bit of Daffodil Delight, the dark or the light, it doesn't matter. And then I actually used this side, and I just kind of did dots because I didn't want to go crazy on the bees. But I just did a little couple of dots to make this bee come to life. And I did it on the inside too. So on that bee, you can use that Daffodil Delight color, that yellow color, and you can use light or dark, it does not matter. I use the dark one, but you can use whatever you like. All right, so next step, we're going to start building the tree. So what I did was cut out all these lovely little leafies. So more die cuts typically makes for a better card. So, and then I just started adding on the leaves little by little. Are you still here with me? Thank you so much for your dedication, for sticking it out with me. I hope you're having as much fun as I'm having, either laughing at me, messing up all over the place, right? I am definitely an imperfect person. I don't even try to be perfect here. I just love crafting because it's my own expression of, how I interpret it to be, or what I come up with, or just usually fun designs that usually I can, you know, recreate or give them to, you know, someone special and share them with others. Like, this is such a unique card. I don't think anybody I know will have another card just like this one. Right? Unless you make it, and then they could have another card just like this. If you do make this card, I would love for you to tag me if you post a picture, because I just think it's the most flattering thing in the world for somebody to copy my design. So, and these I'm just putting a dot of glue on, a tiny little dot of glue, and working it into the picture here. You can cut out as many leaves as you want. I did 2 rounds through, one with the shaded spruce, one with the lemon lolly, with all of the dies that come in the set. And this is what I have left over to build my tree here. I just add till it looks kind of like what I want it to look like, which is just like a fun, funky tree. Excuse me. Look at that. All right. Last but not least, I am going to throw that kitty on there. So obviously, I love the idea of the bear with the honey hive, right? Because the bear's eating honey, it makes sense. However, I just wanted this to be kind of a sweet, fun. The bumblebees have their own thing. The kitty has his own thing. And not like the bear was, you know, just sitting there because he was getting the honey, but now I put the kitty's paw kind of right in between the 2 blades of grass here, 2 sides of grass, and that is the front of this card. And I did pop this one up on dimensionals, and I just kind of put the dimensionals in the corners and one in the center, like so. Alrighty, and we're gonna add these. We're gonna go ahead and add these. Make sure it's opening the right way so that I'm putting this on the right way. And this is just basic white cardstock. I don't remember if I said it is basic white cardstock with a matte front that I worked on. And I did not do an insert, but typically I would do an insert unless I use the thick basic white paper, and then I would use and then I wouldn't have to use another insert. I still might add an insert to this before I send it, but anyway, that is card number 3. So we have all 3 cards. All 3 cards are done. So here is this card. How cute. And then this one. These critters are so much fun. And last but not least, this card here. So you can see all of the designs of all of the cards. And this one's that fun fold with the little critters inside. You see those? Alrighty. And if you have hung with me this far, then you are interested in seeing some of the new stuff that's coming out of the new catalog on January 4th. So my card designs are done, and let me quickly show you some of the paper. Obviously, you saw this one already. This one is the softly stippled 12 by 12. So, and this one has beautiful double-sided paper here with some fun colors. I'm not going to go through every single paper. We'll save that for the coming tutorials in the new year. This is a Celebration man paper with all the tools on it. That's a fun one. And you have like screws, and you have hammers and screwdrivers and all kinds of fun stuff. So that will be fun. Does it go in there? And then here are some other ones. Some sneak peeks. This is the Nature's Sweetness 12 by 12. And I believe this one is one of the ones that you will get in the Celebration catalog. This is the Perennial Lavender 12 by 12. This paper is just absolutely gorgeous. Every single sheet. There is this one, which is Forever Love 12 by 12. So this is beautiful here. Also, I think you can get this one for free with Celebration Rewards. Sunny Days 12 by 12. It's another one. You can get these all next month, starting January 4th. Here's the next one. This is called Poetic Expressions 12 by 12. So this is a fun paper. And lastly, I have the Flight and Airy 12 by 12 designer paper. So and look at that. Beautiful, beautiful paper. So if you are still watching to this point, I am interested what your favorite one is so far and what you're excited to see in the new mini catalog. I just want to thank you all for being here and for hanging with me through this tutorial, and stay tuned to the next one. And until then, I will talk to you later, and Happy New Year.